Hey you! Today I'm excited to share with you a new brush set that I'm adding to my collection. It's by Chikuhodo and Beautylish, the Sakura Collection for 2023. I'm excited to share all the details about the brushes. We're going to get into each little brush's details. We're going to demo everything, and we're going to see what this new collection's all about, because at first glance it's absolutely beautiful, but we need to know. So, shall we? Hello again. Hi. I hope we're doing well. I am really excited for today's video because it's been a while since I've just sat down and talked to you about brushes. Brushes are such a vital tool in makeup application, and it's something that I love and I don't think I talk about enough. Like, I'll share my brushes with you when I'm using them in a review, a demo, a tutorial, but I'm excited to sit down and talk about brushes and just demo and all of the things. But I'm also really excited because the last time I picked up a Chikuhodo and Beautylish brush collab, which is this set. And this was a while ago, and I used the heck out of these brushes, and they have held up so well. The craftsmanship, I mean, I have regular Chikuhodo brushes, and they're fantastic. So I'm very familiar with Chikuhodo's craftsmanship. But it's fun when they have like the nice packaging and such, like this one in particular. The details on this, are you kidding me? And like I said, I use these brushes so much. So based on my past experience with the Beautylish and Chikuhodo brush collabs, I saw this one and I was like, oh yeah. So let's talk about it. Again, this is the Chikuhodo and Beautylish brush collection. This is the Sakura collection for 2023. So before we dive on into all of those details, please take a moment to give today's video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much. All right, let's start off with the packaging. The packaging was a nice little experience, but it wasn't anything over the top or unnecessary. It was just enough. It was just right. So you do receive your brushes in this nice little box, and it has a nice little bow. Again, it's a simple, nice presentation. Then when you open it up, it reveals your brush set. Now everything is individually wrapped and it's packaged very nicely. Now this brush set does include a case. I can't remember if my other brush set came with a case. This is a nice case for travel, or if this is how you choose to store your brushes, you can definitely do that. On the front, it says Chikuhodo and Beautylish. It's a nice, I want to say this is like a very light champagne. It is like faux leather-esque kind of material. It's soft, it's nice, but it's nothing over the top. I like the simplicity of this. What's really nice also is it's not too bulky. It's nice and slim. And I really like how smooth the zipper is. If we know, we know. Those really cheap zippers. This gives you a nice experience with a smooth zipper. Another nice little detail is on the back, there is like a little pocket, so you can stick whatever you want in there. One side has 3 slots, the other has 2. And there is also plastic. This one you can lift, and this one is just there. We have a little makeup brush guide, which literally gives you instructions on each brush and how to use it, which I think is great. And also how to clean and maintain your brushes, because these are of natural hair. You don't necessarily need to wash them with soap and water too often, because you don't want to dry them out and you just want to prolong their life as long as possible. Yeah. I have a dedicated brush video where I share how I clean my synthetics, my natural hair, and how I save water and all that stuff, because you can use a lot of water washing these brushes, especially when you have a lot of them. I'll link that video if you want to check it out. But today we're focusing in on these new brushes, so I don't want to get too off topic. So the Sakura collection for 2023 by Chikuhodo and Beautylish is inspired by the beauty of the Japanese cherry blossoms. Beautylish collaborated with Chikuhodo's expert Japanese brush makers to design a limited edition set of 5 exquisite brushes in precise shapes. So these are designed and handcrafted by master artisans in Japan. The collection features cashmere-soft Sakura hair bundled into a lacquered handle with a cherry blossom maki design. Absolutely beautiful. There's so many little details on here. Let me turn it the right way. Sorry. You can see the little shift in some of the flowers, right? It's gorgeous. The ferrule and the brushes, you can see how soft. So I did wash my brushes, and anytime you get new brushes, you give them a nice little wash. You are going to lose maybe 1 or 2 loose hairs, but there's no big shedding. So thankful to say that I didn't have any issues with that. So this is the powder brush. The soft rounded edge sweeps over your face's curves without disturbing products underneath. Now this is said to be the powder brush, but you could definitely use this to do other things. And I will share that with you in the demo. The cheek brush, look at her. This is designed to bring out the best in your blush, bronzer, and highlight. So bronze, blush, and highlight. This is the Crease Brush. I really love the shape of this. This is specially designed to blend color into smaller areas, like the crease of your eye. So you want to get nice direct in that crease. You can definitely do that. Or if you really want to do like a soft wing with shadow, just, you know, like a super soft, you could definitely use this to do that as well. Little inner corner action. The shape of this is really lovely. But then you can definitely also use this to blend product, to apply product. The blender brush. This brush's tapered silhouette fits perfectly into the crease of any eye shape. The flat edge lays down pigment while blending products with a soft, feathered light touch. So this is more shaped in the traditional blending brush style. So this you'll definitely be able to blend, do some brow bone highlight, apply product on the lid, inner corner. You could even use this to blend your nose contour, and if you're really feeling up to it, do a little highlight. So that is the blending brush and the shader brush. Dense bristles effortlessly shade, build, and blend eyeshadow. So I am completely barefaced. All I have is my eyebrows applied. So we're going to use these brushes and create my full face today so you can see how they apply, product, blend, all of the things. And this is going to be my first time using them as well because I got them in, I washed them, and I said, you know what? Let's try them together. So shall we? So I'm going to start off with priming my skin. We'll do foundation and concealer. I'll just do all that with my sponge or my hands. And then to set everything and finish up the look, we will try the brushes. So I'm starting off with primer. And then my foundation. So foundation, concealer applied. I'm going to set the under eye first. I'm going to go in with my usual products. The only thing we're using new today are the brushes. So we're going to start off with the powder brush, and I'm going to go into my Westman Atelier Vital Skin pressed powder. Picked up some of my powder, and I'm going to set my under eye with that first. I'm going to go in with my Christian Louboutin powder, and I'm going to use that to set the rest of my face. So just picking that up on the brush, Tapping the excess and just applying that all over. Oh, this is such a soft brush. I want to get close so you can see just how nicely this glides on the skin in a way that doesn't interrupt or disrupt the products that are already laid down. It's so soft. You see how it just glides over the face? And that was the powder brush. I'm gonna just use this to do my bronzer because that's what I would do. I'm gonna go in with my Chantecaille bronzer. Let's turn it over to the cleaner side. And apply. Yeah, I like brushes that are a little bit bigger, a little bit less dense to apply my bronzer because it just makes it nice and blown out and diffuses into the skin so nicely. I just like the way bronzers blend with brushes like this, but I will try with the dedicated bronzer brush from the collection too. Yes. Blended bronzer very nicely into the skin, indeed. So here's the cheek brush, and again, this one is said to be for blush, bronzer, and highlight. So just for the sake of trying out all of the products as they are instructed or intended, let's go into the cheek brush. That gives a nice application as well. But it's a little bit more precise versus this one that's a lot more like diffused and melded and blended. This one is a little more precise. But it blends very nicely. It too is really soft. Look how it glides on the skin. Nice, right? So it's going to be personal preference when it comes to using this or that brush for bronzer. But either one works really nicely. I'm just going to go in with my Christian Louboutin face palette, and I'm going to use the cheek brush. Let's go into the highlight first. Applies nicely on the skin. And then we're just going to turn it over and go in. I've been mixing both blushes, so I mix both blushes on my brush. Tap any excess and apply. So that's the cheek blush. For blush, I'm gonna go into the powder brush because this is what I would do. And I'm gonna mix my two blushes like that. Tap the excess. And do you see how with this brush I get more of a flush of color versus the other one? It's a little bit more targeted, more concentrated on that particular area. Oh, and I have my first hair. Do you see it? I have my first hair that fell out. Now again, that's post-wash. You're gonna get a hair here and there. It's not a big deal. But I'm sharing it with you. This is my first time trying it. Just, you know, sharing it all with you. Okay, so this side we use the powder brush, which is bigger, more fluffy, more of a flushed, blown out application for blush bronzer. And then we use the cheek brush for more of that precise application of the bronzer and blush and highlight on this side. They both apply beautifully. They both look pretty good on the skin. So it's going to be personal preference. Both really soft and they do what they say. For my eye look today, I'm going to be using Cherry Smoke from Tom Ford with the blender brush. Let's start with that. I'm going to go into this shade here. Pick up, tap off any excess, and just blend this. Very soft. This one's a little bit more dense, but it's blending nicely. You see how it's just gliding over the lid? Okay, very good. I'm gonna go in with the shader brush, this one, this same color that we just blended with. And I'm going to build that onto my lid and outer eye. Continuing to blend that all over the lid. And outer eye a bit. This is nice and soft, and you see how it just glides. It's very nice. Packs the color on nicely, glides and blends nicely, feels wonderful on the lid. So that was that brush. We must try out the crease brush. Let's go into this darker shade right here. And let's blend that directly in the crease. Ooh, nice and precise. That's nice. I'm gonna go back in and pick up more product and build. So I'm seeing that if you just barely touch with the very pointy part, you get it super precise. But if you push down a little bit, you see you can kind of build that up. So you're not just having that tiny little bit, you can build it up some. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. The shape of this brush is really nice. It makes it a little bit versatile because you can less pressure and just lightly with just the pointed edge, or you can push down, which is nice. I'm gonna go back in with the blender brush that we used first and this shade again and just blend those edges. Back into the shader. I'm going to mix these two shades down here together and apply that on my outer eye. Just using that to blend and build that outer eye shade. I'm going into my electric cherry palette because I want a lighter shade. I am going to go into these two top shades, mix them together, and apply that. Now for the lower lash, I'm going to take this little guy, nice and precise. I'm going to go into this shade and work on the lower lash with that. Because it is so precise. You see that? You don't need a pencil brush. This can work like a pencil brush for you. I'm gonna do something in the waterline, some mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so we've tried all of the new brushes, the Sakura Collection for 2023. This is a very practical collection, and it's true that with this collection alone, these brushes only, you could definitely create a full face and use it for your everyday, you know, makeup needs. And although the brushes are said to be for one thing, you could totally use them in different ways. Like I was able to use the powder brush, not just to set my face with powder, but I was also able to use it to apply my blush, my bronzer, and you could use it the same. You can use any of the brushes to do whatever you'd like. I think the brushes are very soft. The brushes performed nicely. I only had one hair fall out, but that's normal. That's to be expected. It wasn't anything excessive. There was no excessive shedding. I think the brushes performed beautifully. They're beautiful to look at. They are beautiful quality, and I like them. I'm really happy to have and add them to my collection. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today, allowing me to share these new brushes with you. Don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Stay beautiful, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.